Say alright, so first and foremost, I want to give up praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. We say that amongst the apostles and elders of great most honorable well, our teachers, our apostles of the truth, and we say salutations, all the accounts to the pushing of truth and it's a in and the out, constantly in season and season, we say shalom. Once again, good entire video here. And you see how everybody, how majority of these people out here was celebrating the New Year's, the beginning of a new year. That is what they like to say, beginning of a new year, new out with the old, in with the new. You understand? New beginnings. Some of one of the greatest statements as I hearing right now is that 2022 is going to be better than 2021. We're not going to go through that pain, manifested. That is the kind of things you're hearing and you're seeing right now. But the same time you're saying is the beginning of the new year and the beginning of greatness. The scriptures say so is the beginning of sorrows. It's a beginning of sorrows. While you all preparing for your new year, the beginning of the new year, that is your statements. The scripture says the beginning of sorrows, and there are things that are being brought or being that are prophesied to happen that are going to bring these sorrows upon you all, that are going to bring this stuff, right? So plenty of these people think that that 2022 is going to be better than 2021 or the previous years, when it's actually going to be worse. And the thing about it is this, is that at the beginning of your year, there are things that are happening right now that's proven to be way worse than the beginning of the previous year or the previous years, right? So the statements and the belief that way, or they think it's going to get better, the beginning of new blessings, all this sort of stuff I hearing right now. You understand? Seeing it all over the internet and so forth. You're hearing all those stuff. The beginning of the new year, the beginning of blessings, the beginning of new beginnings, and all these things, right? Where right now there's a food crisis, shortage of food, shortage of products, shortage of items to make these products. You understand? We're talking about famines, we're talking about greater pestilences, all this sort of stuff. So how could you all still say is the beginning of blessings when we're going into the beginning of sorrows? It's just the beginning of sorrows. It's only going to get way worse from here on out. So when you look up the word sorrow, it means a feeling of deep distress. A feeling of deep distress. Are we not seeing that happening? If the news right now is showing, we don't know what's going to happen from Monday. From Monday, we don't know what it is going to happen, how to make this thing, how to mandate this thing. They say a feeling of deep distress caused by loss, disappointment, or other misfortune suffered by oneself or others. A lot of misfortune is going to be happening. So let me go into the scriptures here. This is Matthew chapter 24. Start from verse 6. It says, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet." So all these things must come to pass. These things must happen. So how could it be ever a time of blessings or a time of happiness to come when these things have to happen? You understand? It says, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet." Right? And again, you're hearing the wars and the rumors of wars happening right now. You're hearing it. I see our brother put up an article where I think it's America asking other countries to help them in if they have a UFO invasion. So you're hearing all these things. Are not these things in the news telling you that it's not going to be good? and the prophecies and the things that are written inside of here, if these things is facts. It's going to happen whether you like it or not, right? It says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, and there shall be famines. No mention, and no mention one, a famine of what? Of food. Hey, right now, if you go and look up, no matter where it is you're looking up right now, around the world, they're telling people to prepare for a food crisis. Grocery shelves are basically empty, and we're not talking about empty because it was bought out for the Christmas time. No, I think this Christmas is recorded as the lowest, like sales wise. So if stuff on the shelves are missing, this is straight of a crisis, and we don't know food prices are raising by the day. From Monday coming in the country here, flour is skyrocketing right now. And what plenty people don't realize is that one of the reasons why these things are skyrocketing is because is a lack thereof. You understand? So it's supply and demand. Now the demand to get food and to supply it will be hard, so the prices will increase to the highest level. So you see, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. Again, we're seeing that. And there shall be famines. We're seeing that. And pestilences. Hey, we in that. We in that. And every day, every week, you're hearing about a new one coming out, a new one happening, a new variation. You understand? We see an earthquakes in diverse places, right? Seeing that. You see, and all these are the beginning of sorrows. And all these are the beginning of sorrows. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. Your beginning of your new year is just the beginning of sorrows. Because it's going to get way worse from here on out. Right? And you see from verse 9 go down. I have a nice video to do on that, called the resistance. Talking about resisting the things to come. Again, from Monday, we don't see where it is happening. Mandates being passed all over, especially here. Especially here would work. But I have again, that is for our next video. I have a nice video to do with that. Right? Go to Apocrypha. Go to 2nd Ezra chapter. Bush right there. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 18. It say the beginning of sorrows and great mournings. So the beginning of great sorrows, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings. That is what we getting into. You're all talking about, new year, new me, a beginning of new journeys. What we getting into is the beginning of sorrows, right? It's the beginning of sorrows and great mournings. The beginning of famine and great death. Hey, we seeing great death. We when you watch the news, is seeing the famine happening. Ready to take place. Again, they're sending out like information to tell you all to prepare for a food crisis. It's the beginning of wars. Hey, seeing that. And the power shall stand in fear for the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Again, what you go do? And in that time, the only thing going to protect you and keep you out of it is the Lord. And being there with the Lord. You understand? So we went with the scriptures we read before. Great death. Great death. It's here what? For the beginning of evils. So it's not a beginning of blessings or beginning of happiness and a beginning of joy, new settings. No, it's the beginning of evils. The year end off with a bang, is we going to begin with a bang. And that is what the government and so forth did when they tell you all that from the first week, from Monday, you're going to have this particular thing to move about. And we know what's coming with it. We already see the chip being passed out. It say, what shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague and tribulation. Behold, famine and plague. Famine and plague. Come on. Tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things shall not turn from their from all, but for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. You understand? So yeah. So they will continue in the wicked, just like this. Yes, people seeing what is going on, but they continue to do wickedness. They're not going to turn, so they're going to do what? They're going to die. They're going to perish. It say, but behold, victual shall be so good cheap upon earth, that they shall think to themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evils grow upon the earth. And that we see evils growing upon the earth. We see in it sword, famine, and great confusion. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. So you're seeing how bad it is going to be, how bad it is going to get. Right? It's nothing nice. It's the beginning of evils, you know. See, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. So it's just pain, the beginning of sorrows. So yeah. So you all think it's going to get better? No, it's only going to get worse. And you consistently, if you watch your videos, you hear saying that. And when you watch your news and you watch the things that happen all around you, you're seeing that taking place. At the end of the day, these prophecies and the things that the Lord said, it stand true. And it's not going to fail, it's going to happen. So that is the time we're going into. Right? So with that, we give our praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashemi, or Shai, Ba'ashem, Kodash. We set up on our apostles and elders of great Muslim well, our teachers, our apostles in the truth, and we say salutations, so the Akamon, push on truth and say day in and day out. You know, constantly in season on the season, we say Shalom.